Welcome Capricorn and Capricorn cross watchers to your singles love reading. So we're going to get where you've been, where you are, and where you're headed with love. So we have the Queen of Cups reversed here for where you are. And then from this deck, we're going to get the next love interest for Cap, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And that's all going to be timestamped in the description box below. So, okay. So you're the Queen of Cups reversed. What's coming up is the Two of Wands reversed and the King of Cups upright. So I feel like there's somebody here that's going to feel like the two of you, that like a connection between the two of you is like it's a missed connection. Wow. So we have the King of Wands and the Four. Oh, okay. So Capricorn, it actually feels like someone that's coming up in your future is going to be looking at the connection between the two of you as missed. I feel like they may know. I feel like for a lot of them, they may not know why you're in the Queen of Cups reversed energy, but it's clear that this person from the past, like they really ran you ragged or kind of dragged you through the mud, I think. I feel like this person may have capitalized on your ideal future in a relationship. That'll be different for everyone, right? It doesn't mean that it looks this way. But whatever it is that you were looking for, this person may have acted like they had it all. And I feel like they were really attracted to you, but they used you for their physical desire. I feel to a certain extent this person may have had emotion for you, but it feels more like they had ownership emotion. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like it was this, that this person wanted an equal give and take. This person wanted a push-pull, right? And I feel like, I'm going to be honest with you here, Capricorn. I'm not trying to be rude. I feel like this King of Wands in the past still will fantasize about you in a very physical way. I think it's, from what I'm seeing, I feel like they think about it a lot. And I feel like the intensity of that chemistry that they're feeling still is, it seems to have its tentacles in you somehow. Right? And it's not that, I almost want to say like, it's nothing that you've done. It's not your fault. It's just, it's the energetics of like this person has such a powerful physical chemistry attraction to you that their energy just keeps hitting you. You know what I mean? And it's almost like there may be times where like you're just standing there and then all of a sudden you lose your balance and you have to take a step back to catch it. And I feel like it's actually, I mean, obviously that won't be happening for everybody, but it's that type of a thing. It's, now of course there's ways to like protect yourself from stuff like that. The way that I've come to understand it, black tourmaline or black obsidian may be good. From my understanding, black tourmaline, I believe it's the tourmaline, will, like if people are sending negative energy your way, it kind of transmutes it and it pushes it back out in a positive way. Whereas black obsidian acts like a mirror. So if somebody sends crap energy your way, it just bounces off that mirror and goes right back to them. So I'll let you decide what you'd like to do with that. And of course you don't have to use crystals if you don't want to, but I feel like that's why you may be feeling out of sorts a lot of the time, why sometimes you feel like someone's pulled the energy, not even the energy out of you, but like the ability to focus, like cognitively, almost feeling like you're walking around like an empty shell sometimes. And I feel like it's because this person is sucking the energy out of you. Okay, so we're going to figure out how to get rid of that because that's some BS right there. Okay. Just looking at which deck we're going to use. What does Capricorn need to know about this person that they don't? Okay, that's like several cards. We're going to try that again. What does Capricorn need to know about this person that they don't already know? I think you know. Whatever it is, like, it feels more that it's almost like there isn't anything else that you need to know about this person. I feel like focusing on them, like that's what they want. They want you to think about them. They want you to be focused on them. They want to be able to run around in your head rent-free. Because I can promise you, you are up in theirs. And it's almost like their ego couldn't... I'm not trying to be mean to this person, but it feels like their ego couldn't actually take the hit. It's almost like even if somebody told them that you don't think about them, you don't want them, da-da-da-da-da, I feel like this person would be like, oh yeah, sure, okay, It's like there's no place in their world, like there's, I'm not saying that right. There's nothing in their world that allows them to believe that, right? It's like they're too fixated on this, on you. They seem to think that they're going to be able to pull you back in with that physical chemistry energy. And it actually feels like I could, I'm frustrated with this person because it feels like they have jaded you when it comes to love. And that's not to say it's permanent and so on and so forth, okay? It just feels like the relationship with them put you in a place where you had to put yourself back together. Right? It's almost like in thinking that this person was going to give you what you wanted and them acting in that way, or at least pretending that that's what they wanted to. I feel like it's almost sent you back to the drawing board. Like, well, what do I even want? Because this person said they wanted the same thing and that's not what happened. And it's not that this person has this like huge, permanent, profound effect on you. It just feels like it makes you stop and pause for a minute that like, is this really what I want? So, what advice, what advice ooh, so we have High Priestess, which of course, that's like the feminine sort of magician energy, right? That's that, how do I say this? I feel like there's this message to, it's almost like if you're feeling like you betrayed yourself by getting involved with this person, you may not want to hear this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I feel like as long as you continue, as long as you are hard on yourself about this connection, feeling like, why didn't I see it? Why didn't I get out of it? Why didn't I? And if you continue, as long as you continue to do that, this person it's like they can still see you. They can still somehow have, even if it's just energetic, they still have access to you. But when you get into this, I don't know if you can see this person's face, but it's uninterested and unamused and kind of like, what can I help you? Like, what do you want? You know, that kind of like almost exasperated, but trying to be professional about it. It's that type of a deal, right? And I feel like when you hit that energy, it's like all of a sudden they wake up out of whatever trance they've been in. And I feel like that's when they're like, wait, what? You don't actually want me? There's this whole, it's like there's this shift that seems to happen. And I feel like that seems to come about by you forgiving yourself for allowing this situation to happen in whatever way that it happened. I feel like, oh, sorry, I pinched my finger. I'm sorry. That's kind of gross, but I can't really get rid of that. Anyway, and I feel like that's where it kind of like breaks the chain between the two of you. Almost with this like, you know what I mean? Almost kind of, for lack of a better word, like a little bit grossed out towards them. Gross that like, why are you sitting here? Why are you, not that you're actually going to be like this, but this kind of like mean girl energy. Not that you would actually do that, right? But just that kind of like, why are you sitting here? You know what I mean? It's like, let's say, for example, if you guys were at a cafeteria and this person comes and sits next to you, whereas before it may have made you feel, it's like it would have been a reminder as to why you feel bad. I feel like this person sitting next to you now, it's like, you know, you'll get up, take your tray, and move somewhere else because you don't really want anything to do with them. And it's not an anger, frustration, or anything like that. It's just a like, ugh. And I feel like there is a bit of that this King of Wands energy actually ends up playing on a bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, but it's like they're gonna keep sending energy your way, and then all of a sudden they're not getting anything back. And it's almost like they stay where they are, and let's say you were here, and it's like the more they send energy your way and it doesn't come back, it's almost like the further and further you get away from them. And it's almost like they kind of can't even see that that's happening until you're so far away or far removed from them that they can't touch you. And listen, I'm going to be honest. I feel like if this person wanted to come in and cause an upset, they feel like they are immature enough to do that. Going to be straight with you. I feel like this King of Wands is the kind of person that would have no problem coming in and talking all sorts of garbage all over your name to new people. So for example, let's say the new person comes in. It's like this King of Wands would have no problem walking over to the King of Cups and just talking about what a terrible person you are, how toxic you are. And it's like they're going to say that you did all the stuff that they did. Now, what I absolutely adore, if I could bottle it up, this King of Cups, this person in the future, they seem so intelligent and like emotionally aware that it's like they can tell by the way, let's say for example that situation actually happened and the King of Wands came in and talked a bunch of shiz about you to this King of Cups in the future. This King of Cups could tell, it's like it would actually make their heart break for you, because in interacting with this King of Wands, they would be able to see how poorly you were treated. And it's like, and they kind of flip into this like wave of compassion for you, wondering like it must have been so challenging trying to deal with this person and continue to take the high road the way that you did. Right? So it's like this King of Cups isn't going to buy anything that this King of Wands is selling, but this King of Wands thinks that they are. You know what I mean? It's like they think that they're smarter than everybody, that they're faster than everybody, that they they can trick everybody, and it's like no. They can't. Certainly not this person, and obviously not you. Maybe they did for a time, but not anymore. I feel like if this, okay, I feel like this King of Cups actually may, like if they hear too much about what this King of Wands did, it doesn't mean you can't, you know, this next statement isn't said to hamper you from saying, feeling, doing whatever you choose. I feel like this may happen to a certain extent regardless of what you do. I feel like the King of Cups is going to develop this, like, it feels like a deep hatred. It feels like it's well controlled. It's the King of Cups, okay? It's not like they're going to be outlandish with it, but it's like a deep hatred for this King of Wands. Let's say, for example, everybody's out at a coffee shop and everyone's kind of laughing and having fun. And like the second this King of Wands walks in, this King of Cups, their whole face changes. And if they could, they would shoot daggers out of their eyes towards them. Right? Like it's that kind of like a deep, visceral, and yes, of course it's to you, but it's like this person is looking at the King of Wands like how, you know, like not even counting their affection for you, but like how could you do that? How has this King of Wands gotten away with this for so long? How do they get away with treating people that way? Like there's this real visceral reaction that this King of Cups has, and I feel like what I admire about them is that if you didn't know them well, you wouldn't be able to see it. You might see their face change, you might see this or that, but it's like how deep that rabbit hole goes, if you don't know them well, you wouldn't see it. I feel like few people actually see the roller coaster of emotions this King of Cups has, because the whole essence of the King of Cups is they have all of the emotions, right? It's just they have learned to contain, control, and direct them where they need to go, right? It's like, this is the type of person that if they got angry, they would use that anger to do something constructive for themselves or for people important to them, rather than getting angry and being destructive, if that makes sense. So yeah, this person, I feel like them getting angry is a sight to behold. It feels like it's something, it's kind of how I'm understanding the energy, so bear with me. When we were kids, my siblings and I were in karate, and our sensei very, very rarely would do a kata in front of us. But because we never saw that, because he would just demonstrate it, or his helpers, I can't remember what they were or what the name was for them, but they would demonstrate stuff. So when he would do a full kata, it was like something else came out of him, like the speed and the grace and the precision, the swiftness. It was kind of breathtaking. And I feel like if this person, if and when they get pushed to their point, it's like that. Not in a way that is dangerous, okay? But in a way that is, it kind of like, I'm feeling it in my chest. It feels like it would be like breathtaking. So, I'm also feeling, and it's the second time I felt it, this King of Cups who feels like they want to approach you, I feel like they may not do it right away, or they may kind of like put it to the side. It's almost like they don't want to put that decision on you right now. I feel more it's like they want to give you time to heal from whatever happened before they put anything on you. This person really understands, I almost want to say like what it's like to be human and what humans need. And it's almost like, whether you like this or not, what I'm seeing is that this King of Cups doesn't approach people that they don't feel are ready. And it's like, even if you say you're ready, this person can see, from their perspective anyway, if they can see beneath the surface that you say you're ready, maybe you want to be ready, maybe you want to be with them, but it's like, because you are a sovereign human, if you need more time to heal, that's what they're going to give you, then that's what they're going to give you. They don't want to be involved with somebody, and not to say that you would, but it's like this King of Cups, back down the line, made a promise to themselves, or it's like this inherent attitude that they're not going to be, either they've done this or they've seen someone that has done this, that has been like just trying to heal everybody all the time and got emptied out and then got jaded and closed off. And so this person, they want someone that they can love completely, but they also want someone that that is going to be with them in the long term, not someone that is just kind of like rebound sort of energy. Not to say that you would do that, but that's why they kind of hold things off. So we're going to get into Cap, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus as I knock my shell. So next person, what does Capricorn Sun need to know about their next romantic interest? Capricorn Sun. The Moon. Nothing. Jokes. We'll get into it. So we have the Moon, and the Moon usually talks about like sight unseen, or often it can be like illusions. It usually is the card of like, you're not going to know. And I feel like part of it actually is a kindness, because I feel like if you, I'm going to be honest here, Capricorn, you might not want to hear us, but I'm going to say it anyway. I feel like if you knew what was coming, you would put more pressure on yourself to heal faster. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I got to get ready for this. I want to prepare. I want to da-da-da-da-da. And I feel like Now that may kind of enter your headspace a little bit, but it's almost like this is, hold on for a second. It's almost like the universe, whatever you see as your higher power, saying like, just, it's almost like it's okay to take a break. It's okay to allow yourself kick into this high priestess energy before you feel like you have to look at the next thing, or focus on the next thing, or like keep going, keep striving, keep moving, keep moving, right? Whatever it is that, if you're somebody that is like you're very strong when it comes to putting in the time, the work, the consistency, the energy to achieve things that you want. I feel like there's this message here that this King of Cups energy, I feel like you may notice this person kind of staring at you now and then, but it feels more that it would be like, it's not something that would make you sit up and take notice. I feel like this King of Cups energy is going to, it's like, it's their plan to kind of stay behind the scenes right now. I feel like they may be, like, I'm going to be honest, okay? It feels like they're interested in you, but they're looking to see how you're going to handle the situation, because like if it becomes clear to them that that you're still attached to this person because they're so disgusted by them, I feel like this person is going to be like, "Oh, that's a real shame." And to a certain extent, they may kind of linger on it for longer than they're used to. You know what I mean? It's the type of energy of people wanting, like, going up and saying to this person, like, why are you still so hung up on Capricorn if you've kind of made the decision not to? And I feel like there's this energy here where they do, it's almost like they don't want to admit to themselves how much they have affection for you. But it's almost like they don't want to start a connection with you with the intent of, I can fix them. You know what I mean? It's like that has not worked out for them before and they're not doing it again. So I feel like I'm going to be honest, it feels like they linger a little bit longer than they want to. And I feel like the longer that they linger, the longer that they watch, it's almost like that the angrier they get at this person. And then like as you heal, I feel like this King of Cups, it's like as the hurt subsides in you, the hatred, that deep visceral hatred that the singles read was talking about before the timestamp, that this King of Cups has for the King of Wands, I feel like that slowly subsides. Hold on for a sec. I'm going to be honest, it actually feels like this person, I hesitate to say this because I don't like to put that kind of pressure on a connection. It feels to me that this King of Cups is going to give you the time. It's almost the energy of somebody that like they see that things are kind of upside down for you right now. And it's almost the energy of somebody that's like, yeah, I see that, but they seem to be the kind of person that they don't mind sitting tight. Hold on. It's like when they see you, when they meet you, they're not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. I think that's how the saying goes. But they're not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, in that they find what they're looking for, and because it's not quite ready, it's not fully baked yet, let's say, it's like they're just going to let time kind of take its course here. I'm going to be honest, it kind of feels like this person doesn't really even mind waiting. It feels like there's something about the waiting process that they enjoy, because it's like they're able to still feel connected to you somehow because they can kind of watch your healing process. So, for those of you with your moon in Capricorn, moon, Moon in Capricorn. Page of Wands. Okay. Yeah, 8 of Wands at the bottom. So I feel like there's somebody that's going to make a move on you, and I feel like they are immature. It's almost like whatever move they make towards you, I feel like this King of Cups is looking at this other person that puts the moves on you as like, how dare you? I almost want to say like, how dare you approach a person of Capricorn's caliber with that mess? It just feels like they wouldn't actually chuckle to themselves because they're not a, unkind person. But I feel like they would look at it and be like, what are you even doing, thinking that you're going to kind of even stand a chance or be able to come at Capricorn with what they're coming at you with, like they're going to get what they're looking for. You know what I mean? And almost, they're a little bit of a stinker here, this King of Cups, because I feel like they're looking at this Page of Wands that approaches you with, whatever they do, that like, well, if that's what Capricorn is used to, not that you'll be impressed with them, but like, it's almost like it kind of pumps their gas a little bit, makes them feel like they have a better chance with you if that's what you're kind of used to. So we're going to pull a couple clarifiers for this one here. I'm going to be honest. This person feels like they have genuine interest. I feel like this person, this Page of Wands, would have every intention of treating you well. It just kind of feels like, there may be an actual age gap, but if there isn't an age gap, there seems to be this real maturity gap. It's like let's say, for example, you're well into your career, you've made yourself some money, you're comfortable. This person is still at the beginning of their career. They're still trying to make a name for themselves. And it's like they want somebody like you. And it's almost like they might be lying to themselves when they think that they actually have time. Or not even time, but it's almost like they'd rather shoot for the moon and land in the stars, if that's what you know what that saying is. And I feel like this person, there's something about the knowledge that they gain from the interactions with you that it's like it helps them to set their sights on something that would be better for them. Because I'm going to be honest, okay? It doesn't really feel like you're interested in this person at all. It's almost like you would feel better in like a mentor role for this person than romantic interest. And I'm going to be honest, if you listen to the singles read, I feel like this King of Cups, if they were having a hard time, or not having a hard time, but if they were starting to feel like it was time to move on when they see this Page of Wands approach, it actually seems to give them more resolve to continue waiting. So for those of you with a Capricorn Rising, we have the Hanged Man with the Six of Swords. I feel like there's someone that's coming at you that I'm almost getting this like drifter sort of energy. Feels like it's somebody that is doesn't feel like a good energy. It feels like it's somebody that, if they're not well known for it here, I feel like they're known for it elsewhere, that they will like come into someone's life, stay for a month or two, and then they take off. And I feel like this person is extra attracted to you because you're not attracted to them. I feel like maybe it's like that kind of playboy, playgirl, playperson sort of energy. They're used to everybody looking at them. Maybe they are very physically attractive. But because you're in the headspace that you're in, they don't turn your head. You know what I mean? Like when they walk by, you aren't like, oh, they smell good. You're just doing what you're doing. And I feel like this person looks at people almost as like, not obstacles to be conquered, but like it's a challenge. It would be more of a challenge for them. It's like maybe people are kind of clamoring for this one because they want a piece of the action, so to speak. But I feel like this person sets their sights on you because you're not interested. And it's almost this energy of like the longer that you're not interested, they almost kind of get to this place where they're like, well, don't like, why don't you love me? We got a card between Queen of Cups and the Hanged. Okay. With the Two of Cups there, I mean, hold on for a second. I feel like this person starts to get a little bit desperate to get your attention, to get your focus. It's an interesting energy. Some of you may not like me using the word interesting, but it's almost like this person's desperation to feel like everybody wants them, everybody's attracted to them, and the fact that you don't puts them in this kind of desperate energy of chasing you. And it's like the more they chase you, the more you shut them out. And it's almost like they kind of break their rule. Like, let's say, for example, they do stay with people for a month or two and then they're out. It's like this person is like promising you the moon and the stars and promising all this commitment and this long term and so on and so forth. And it's like, even if the two of you did get into that sort of thing, it's like they would resent you for feeling trapped by it, right? So it's almost like this person may shift into loving you without actually even knowing you, because they kind of like, they desperately need to feel like everybody wants them. And it's almost like maybe they have that pattern or that history of like maybe they felt like they had to kind of chase love, you know what I mean? Or they were, may not be the actual situation, but it's that thing where like their parents were, maybe they were present, but they weren't emotionally available. So like this person, when they find someone that is emotionally unavailable to them, which is rare because they're so attractive, then they want it all the more. And it almost feels like this compulsive drive towards you. And from what I'm seeing, you see right through it. You see the whole, I want to say like the whole kit and caboodle. You're able to see what it is. And listen, I got to give you some props here because I feel like you let this person down easy. You're very compassionate about it. And it's almost this energy of like, it's not you. There's nothing wrong with you. Like you saying this to them, like, I'm not interested. I don't want that right now. And I feel like this person ends up having this real like protective instinct over you because it's like somehow they've formed this emotional connection and this bond to you. So it's like, even if that physical chemistry subsides and it turns into actual affection as a friendship between the two of you, this person seems to feel so protective of you. I think we're going to pull one more card on this Hanged Man, and then we'll move on to Venus in Capricorn, Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles reversed with the Temperance at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to be honest, I feel like a lot of things in this person's life are up in the air. I feel like they may seem very put together around people, but it actually feels like their life is quite chaotic. And I feel like you being who you are seems to model for them what life can look like if they make some changes, if that makes sense. So it's like this person is able to see both sides of the same coin, like what life looks like if you do this and what life looks like if you do this. And I feel like it's almost like they know what they want. They're just, it's almost that energy of like somebody that wants like the nice quiet life, but they're just not quite finished playing out the other side of life yet. So for those of you with your Venus in Capricorn, whoops. Okay. So we have Justice with the Nine of Cups reversed, and I feel like this is somebody that it feels like they're a serial dater, right? Like I'm just going to move this stuff out of the way. I feel like there's somebody that always needs to be in a relationship, right? It's the kind of person that, like, let's say, for example, if you told them that you hadn't dated for a while, it would be like they wouldn't even understand that that's something that people do. I feel like there's someone that, and what's interesting is it's almost like, yes, they're a serial dater, and no, they don't spend a whole lot of time like being single, but I feel like it's almost like they're not actually looking for emotional fulfillment in others. They just always feel like they have to be pair bonded to somebody. Hold on for a second here. If it was upright, it would kind of feel like this person is looking at other people. Excuse me. But I feel like this person sees something very different in you that's very intriguing, especially for someone that has dated quite a few people or has, been in connections almost constantly. There seems to be something about you that really, really strikes a chord with this person. They find it surprising. It's almost like, let's say, for example, may not be the actual situation, but you have like old world values in the new world type deal. And it's almost like this person maybe felt that there wasn't anybody like you left. And I feel like, I hope that's not what that is. Let's pull a clarifier. No, from this deck. Whoops. Daughter of Pentacles. That would be the Page of Pentacles with the Three of Swords. I was kind of getting that this person may be in like an ownership energy. It doesn't feel like it's as toxic as this King of Wands energy. It's more like when this person sees something that they want, they find a way to somehow not even exert dominance. It's like they just want to put it in their pocket, in their back pocket type deal. They seem to have this energy of, it's like they may put on, or not put on, but it's like they kind of put on like, oh, I'm the boss around other people. But I feel like, let's say, for example, the two of you were in a relationship. I feel like this is what you would get. Someone that's like super soft and super sweet, very vulnerable. I'm hearing like somebody that really wants to be like loved and accepted. But I feel like then when the two of you are out, they would have this like, it's like if you walked into, let's say them and their friends are sitting at a table, like at a restaurant or a bar or something, and you walk in and you give them a kiss on the cheek, they would kind of roll their eyes and be like, oh, you see, you know what I mean? Like they would present to the world that that you're all over them, but in actuality, not only is that what they want, that's what they do with you. But to the world, they kind of, I feel like they try to pretend that they're not as emotionally involved or invested with you as they are, but I actually feel like everybody around them knows that that's BS. They know how this person feels about you. And it actually feels like the people in their circle don't really like that that's what this person is doing. You know what I mean? It's almost this energy of like them hoping that your person doesn't mess it up by acting that way. So I think I'll leave it there, Capricorn. If this reading resonated, I hope it was helpful. If you like what I do, please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Oh, I just wanted to say There's been a couple of different reads coming out, like, shorts for the weekend or daily shorts, daily messages. And then, of course, the Sunday weekly read. So please let me know what you like, what you don't in the comments. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Much love. Bye.